Day 6. Why am I doing this again? I don't know if I want to do it anymore. I didn't do it perfectly today. So today was just like one of these sort of not like bad busy days, but busy days. And I took my little one to the PD this morning to make sure that he didn't have any respiratory issues because he was coughing a lot after his procedure yesterday. And then he had his horse therapy, which is so cool. And then he had OT, which is really cool too. But it was just a lot of running around. So this morning I made myself a cup of coffee. I figured it's okay. Like I'm technically allowed to have honey, so maybe a little sugar is not a big deal. But what's interesting is I actually felt kind of sick into it. I was actually really proud of myself because for once I didn't finish it. I am trying to decide that I am not a garbage can, and since I'm not a garbage can, I don't have to put things into me that I don't want because I made the cup of coffee, and if I drink it, great. If I don't drink it, really doesn't make a meaningful difference in anybody's life. So I actually dumped it out. And then I don't know, for some reason, just nothing was appealing. Like I just felt genuinely sick today. I have had this happen when I've done stuff like this before where I just get like a couple days of crazy bad nausea. So I'm hoping that's what it is and that my kids didn't give me the stomach flu or anything like that. But um, I don't even want to say that it's just like keto flu because I feel like if I say that, then the next thing I know, it will be the norovirus and I'll be a miserable human being. So yeah, so we did that and then we did some more running around and then I ended up drinking a nice coffee later in the day. But I did tell myself that was it. You know, my husband had wanted to get a cup of coffee with me yesterday, and yesterday was I'm just kind of going off the rails day, and then our kiddo got sick, so we never went out for a cup of coffee. So I took the rain check on the cup of coffee, but then the rest of the day I've actually stuck to it. So for dinner, no, I lied, I had a Built bar, like a protein bar. I kind of was like, well, I had a protein shake the other day, so maybe I'll eat a protein bar. Two totally different things. I don't know if I just reacted better to the protein shake because I only had half of it in a cup of tea versus eating the whole protein bar. But I thought I was gonna like just be sick after I ate it. For dinner, I did one of those like I'm just gonna go through things I have in the fridge because last week I spent a fortune on groceries, and you'd think I'd have more things left. I do have a lot of things left, but it almost feels like kind of a little mismatchy. But I decided tonight I was going to make the cinnamon rolls that I have sitting in there and that I was going to make scrambled eggs. And I didn't touch the cinnamon rolls. Now it could be, admittedly, because I overcooked them just a teeny bit. So then it just wouldn't have been worth it. But either way, I didn't eat them. Did I even eat dinner? Yes, I did. I made the crab bisque my husband brought home from the seafood place the other day, and I'm going to be feeling that until tomorrow morning. It was good. It's not as good coming back up. It's so funny. Some foods coming back up aren't super bothersome. Some foods coming back up are not as good coming back. And crab bisque falls into the category of not so good coming back up your throat. So that would be that's about it. I have horrible anxiety today, and I don't know if it goes again hand in hand with the nausea. But it's funny. It's like it's not like racing mind anxiety. It's like full body anxiety, if that makes sense. So I don't know, maybe I'm just like burning through some toxins and my body is going absolutely crazy because I feel like I'm going to be sick. I feel like there's an elephant sitting on my chest. I don't need to go get medical attention. This has happened to me enough times, and I have talked to my primary care doctor about it, and none of my symptoms line up. None of my labs line up with any cardiovascular risks. Unfortunately, it just seems to be good old anxiety. And for whatever reason, I feel all of my emotions physically much more than I feel them like in my head, if that makes sense. I think, and this I guess could be a conversation for another day, but I have this horrible tendency to suppress every feeling I have and just I'm like that meme. You ever see that meme where it's like a joke about like anytime I have any feelings and like the guy's like telling him not to himself not to be a little bitch. That's basically how I handle my feelings. So I think for me, I almost have like a disconnect between what I'm feeling as far as being able to like articulate it in my head and in my words, but my body feels it all for me. So I guess that's what happens, right? You ignore your feelings long enough and your body starts to just scream at you. So I think that's what's happening today. I think it could also be a little bit of detox from food. And I had this doctor years ago tell me that when you are burning through stored fat, that any toxins that are in your fat, they get released and you can have moments of just feeling kind of like you're going to die. And that's definitely where I've been at all day long. Luckily I didn't have any too bad repercussions weight wise from my mistakes yesterday. My stomach, on the other hand, I have felt all of my poor choices from yesterday. So that's it. So it is 9, I don't know, summertime in the 9 o'clock hour. I'm exhausted, which I'm sure is super obvious right now by the fact that my eyes are like, they could close leaning against this wall. I did not sleep great last night, surprisingly enough, considering like I was exhausted going to bed. And yet sleep was not my friend. It was one of those nights where I was like awake and trying to figure out why I was awake and I didn't want to be awake. And by the time I fell asleep, my 5-year-old came and woke me up for, I don't know, whatever reason. So hopefully tonight will be a little bit of a better sleep night since the kids have a nice early 7:30 dentist appointment. And then Bible study, and then I've got another appointment, and tomorrow's going to be another busy day. I should probably plan a little bit better and put something in my bag that I can actually eat versus, Built bars, as wonderful as they are, they're not exactly on a carnivore diet. So I need to make some better choices for tomorrow, but that is okay. Sorry, I just kicked one of my kids' bath toys. I'm like propped up against the wall, kind of like half in my bathtub that is not filled with any water, half outside of it. It's so validating. Like days like yesterday and today actually remind me why I'm doing this, because I go back to foods and I'm like, it's fine. I'll just do this. It's okay. I make an excuse. And then I feel so bad that I'm like, why? Why on earth did I make any of these decisions? Because they are not good decisions for me. They're not good decisions for my body. And I know better. And if I know better, then I need to do better. So, it gave me the motivation that I need to maybe tomorrow morning before I run off, take a little assessment of what I have that I can bring with me and then plan what I could pick up if I need, and just, not let a lack of planning dictate my entire day. And it literally became my entire day because I felt sick all day long. And a little bit of planning, maybe even 15 minutes of planning, would have saved me an entire day of wondering if I was going to end up sick. So, lesson learned. So, here's the day 7 tomorrow. I'm hoping to have no screw ups. I am seeing somebody tomorrow that I'm bringing coffee to, but I think I'm just going to get some tea because tea doesn't bother me. And then I will have to come up with my plan to let the caffeine go, which is my one, like, please don't take it from me. But the caffeine has to go too. So, we'll figure that out. But another day done.